The Conversation Project has grown exponentially in this past year, despite the fact that it had been displaced because of being homeless because of a tornado, which is a whole nother issue going forward. But we're not growing the way we think we should, not growing the way that I dreamed was going to happen, and there are issues behind that. It's really behind the larger issues of having these conversations, the actual, let's say the actual mission of the Conversation Project, to have more people having more conversations about topical things and really get into some news stories and just stories in general that people want to talk about, not just the big ones on headlines in the news. Of course, in this political season, there's a lot of Trump, a lot of Biden, a lot of RFK Jr. going on, but there's a lot of other smaller stories that are really important what's going on here and there. Now, one of the reasons why that we have issues having these conversations and why I do have issues trying to grab people into my web, if you will, people who are going to be consistent viewers and contributors to the Conversation Project, is that we don't actually know each other. It's the way we perceive each other's real and imagine how we see each other as different that makes a difference to how we actually are and how we relate to each other. Now, if you are in a group of people and that group of people identifies with something similar, you have no issues dealing with that topic, dealing with that issue. If you are a Star Trek fan and you hang out with other Star Trek fans, it's pretty easy to talk about Star Trek, whether it's a younger version, older version, or say classic or newer version, if you will, because there's a Trek lore going there. There may be some strife and issues between original series and Next Generation, but that's an argument and a debate you can have because you're debating the same world. If it turns to Star Wars and Star Trek, two different worlds, two different genres, where there are two different things that are great for them and things that aren't going great for them, and there are the differences that you can tell the difference and you have an opinion on, you have issues. People on one side and the other like and dislike, and they may not actually get along with the other folks. Some will be agnostic and just kind of just live with each of them. But some people will be so diehard Star Wars, so diehard Star Trek, they can't really get the difference. That's how we are, oddly enough, in our politicalized news media feeds that we have going right now. And it's not so much all based on the politics and the sides we stand on, which is a part of it, we'll get to that in a second. But it really is, I don't know who you are, so I don't know if I can trust you with my opinion. Back in the day, if you were a sports fan, you went to a ball game, you cheered on the team you were watching with whomever was next to you. And some of the differences that were pretty obvious, I'm a black guy, this guy's a white guy, those things really got mixed up in the wash because you were all fans of that team. And so that's something you see off the bat. I'm a white guy, you're a black guy. I'm a black guy, you're a white guy. And you can see something that's obvious. I have a beard, you don't have a beard. I'm a woman, you're a male. Things like that. That you know there are those things that are different about you. But in the grand scheme of things, you're all fans of the same team. You're all pulling for the same people to win. So in most cases, 85% of things you are out there you agree with. That's not necessarily the same these days, especially when we look at topics and issues. It's literally one side or the other, and whatever else is out there that you agree with or disagree with doesn't matter. Big topic issues, big issues that people are basically single topic voters on, such as abortion or LGBTQ plus rights or discrimination, maybe even jobs is your big deal. Whatever it is, that's something that's kind of a hit topic, a hot topic, one of those things that catches on fire, third rail things. They become things that people will come out of the woodworks and vote for, and if that's all they're voting for, nothing else matters. If you are a person who has tolerance for LGBTQ plus rights, then someone who is intolerant of those rights, you may not have any tolerance for them. And you may think whatever they're going to say, because they aren't down with this particular thought process, you don't want anything to do with them. So when I present a story that is more or less straight down the line, fastball down the middle, where it's dealing with an LGBTQ plus issue, it just says, this state enacts this law for these people. If you're a person that thinks these people are getting the raw part of the deal, then you believe one thing. If you're thinking these people should get this law enacted because they're doing dirty bad things, you're going to hear. If you're dealing with people on those sides going on, you're not going to have to sit down and have a discussion on jobs or highways or taxes because you're not going to get past the fact that this one big topic is there. So a lot of topics that we do produce, a lot of topics that we do put out there are for the sake of just make them out there. Universal. I scan various websites, I scan various things to find out what's going on and how to do a general discussion. And I'll let you out there decide with the social media engagement. Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you hate it? What's going on? If it gets engagement, whether it's for spite or for love, we put it out there to share for the world as one of the more engaging stories. And then we get more engagement on how those things work out. We talk about those throughout the week, the day, whatever. But if I don't know you, I don't know how to reflect how I feel with what you feel, and whether we will be copacetic or loggerheads. We're either going to fight about it or we're going to talk about it. We don't have to agree if we talk about it, but we can actually have a discussion, as opposed to this ain't happening, period. It's one of the reasons why it's hard to have these conversations. If you're one who's willing to, agree to disagree, or even, have an open mind to see if you can be persuaded, even if you don't think you can be, that's what we need in a conversation project. That's what we need around here. So if you are that person, thank you for watching this video, watching all our videos, checking out a newsletter, being involved in the conversation project. Be more involved by going to our website. This is theconversationproject.com, clicking all the links. Just do all the calls to action to see what you can do to help us do more things. There are partnership links to help us actually grow this stuff. There are just links to engage in what's going on so you can see what we're talking about, and follow us for other videos and audio so you know what we're talking about and engage in conversation. And that's just it. Stick around. Engage in conversation. The more people we have in the conversation, whether they are loggerheads or combiners, better we do. This is theconversationproject.com. That's our website. Our email address is conversationinbox@gmail.com. Email me so we can talk about that. Or email me directly. J, letter J, Cleveland like the city, P-A-Y-N-E, and we can chat more. It's all about that. It's about the chat. Let's keep chatting. Let's keep having more conversation. Let's talk more serious and non-serious news articles, because that's where the fun is.